Grizz was a brown bear, known far and wide for his gentle nature and kind heart. He had soft, velvety fur that glistened in the sunlight, and a big heart that made him a friend to all the forest creatures. Grizz lived in a cozy den under the roots of an old oak tree, a place he had carefully chosen for its warmth and safety. The den was warm and smelled of honey and pine needles, a comforting aroma that made Grizz feel at home. Grizz loved his den very much. It was his sanctuary, a place where he could relax and feel completely at ease.
There's nothing like the smell of honey and pine needles, Grizz would often say, savoring the sweet and earthy scents.
One night, Grizz was fast asleep in his den, nestled comfortably on a bed of soft moss and leaves. The moon shone brightly through the entrance, its light casting a magical glow over the forest, casting silvery shadows on the den walls, creating a serene and enchanting atmosphere. Everything was peaceful and quiet in the forest, the only sounds being the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. As Grizz dreamed, visions of honey and pine needles filled his mind, bringing a smile to his face even in sleep. All the forest creatures were at rest, sharing in the tranquility of the night, knowing they were safe with Grizz nearby. As dawn approached, the first light of morning began to filter through the trees, signaling the start of a new day in the forest. Grizz woke up, stretching and yawning, ready to embrace the adventures that awaited him. He stepped out of his den, the forest bathed in the golden light of morning, and took a deep breath, feeling grateful for his cozy home and the beautiful world around him. Suddenly, Grizz's ears twitched. He heard a strange noise coming from outside. It was a soft, hooting sound, something Grizz had never heard before. Grizz lifted his head and sniffed the air curiously.
What could it be?
Grizz cautiously stepped out of his den. The forest was bathed in the soft glow of the moon. Shadows danced around the trees, making everything look mysterious. Grizz walked towards the sound, his heart pounding with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. As Grizz got closer, he saw a small, fluffy creature perched on a low branch. It had big round eyes and a tiny beak. It was an owl, and it looked lost and scared.
Hello, are you lost?
The owl blinked its big eyes and hooted softly.
I am Ollie. I was practicing my flying, but I went too far. Now I can't find my way back to the nest.
Grizz looked at Ollie with concern, realizing the little owl needed help finding its way home.
Don't worry, Ollie. I'll help you find your way home. You're not alone in this vast forest.
Grizz had never spoken to an owl before, but he knew he couldn't leave Ollie alone in the forest at night. The forest could be a mysterious place, especially under the cover of darkness. They set off together, Grizz's strong legs carrying him easily over the forest floor. His steps were steady and sure, a comforting presence for the little owl. The forest was magical at night. The trees seemed to whisper secrets to each other, and the path ahead glowed faintly under the moon's gentle light. The stars twinkled above them like tiny diamonds scattered across a black velvet cloth. Each star seemed to tell a story, a tale of ancient times and distant places. The air was filled with the soft chirping of crickets and the rustling of leaves. It was a symphony of nature, a soothing melody that accompanied their journey. Grizz and Ollie walked for a long time, their friendship growing with each passing moment. They shared stories and dreams, finding comfort in each other's company. The night was long, but with each step, they felt a little closer to home. Finally, after a long and adventurous journey through the dense forest, they reached a tall oak tree with a hollow in its trunk. The tree stood majestically among the other trees, its branches swaying gently in the breeze. Ollie, the little owl, hooted excitedly, his eyes sparkling with joy and relief.
That's my home! I can't believe we made it!
He exclaimed, flapping his wings with joy and excitement. Grizz, the friendly bear who had accompanied Ollie on this journey, looked up and saw two big yellow eyes peering down at them from the hollow. It was Ollie's mother, and she looked very worried, her feathers ruffled with concern. Ollie flew up to his mother and nestled beside her, feeling the warmth and comfort of her presence. The reunion was heartwarming, and the bond between mother and child was evident in their affectionate nuzzles.
Thank you for helping me, Grizz. You are a true friend. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Grizz smiled, his heart swelling with pride and happiness. He was genuinely happy to have helped Ollie find his way home. As he turned to leave, he heard Ollie's mother say,
Thank you for taking care of my little one. You are always welcome in our part of the forest. We owe you a great debt of gratitude.
Grizz walked back to his den, his heart full of warmth and joy. He had made a new friend and had an adventure he would never forget. The forest seemed even more beautiful now, with the sunlight filtering through the trees and the sounds of nature all around him. As he drifted off to sleep that night, he could still hear Ollie's happy hoots echoing through the quiet forest. The adventure had not only brought them closer, but had also strengthened the bond of friendship between them. Grizz knew that he would always cherish this heartwarming goodbye and the memories they had created together.